Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. So recently I did a video talking about the 170 artifact weapons that are coming in Legion, and I said I would show you Druid forms, and I forgot to show you the Druid forms. So what am I doing now? I'm showing you the Druid forms. So we're going to get the Feral and the Guardian artifact weapon forms. However, I'm first going to show you the Moonkin forms because there are actually new Moonkin forms, which is again something that's pretty damn exciting. Oh, and I know some of you are a bit confused about that video on the channel. It was a hardware review. I'll be doing more of them, so expect them on a weekly-ish basis. And no, none of them have been sponsored. None of them will be sponsored. First, we're going to have a look at the new Moonkin forms, and it's honestly pretty crazy to see these guys be updated. So first of all, thanks to Warcraft, because they've actually labeled these as Alliance or Horde. The first set of them are Alliance, and I'll tell you when we switch over to the Horde ones. So the first thing you'll notice is there's actual detail. You can make things out on it now. If you look at its face, there's actual definition, actual detail, and it looks nice rather than looking like this mangled mess. That said, I do like the old model. I think it does have a lot of character to it. What is weird about this is if you look at their feathers, well, the actual feathers of their main body texture don't really look particularly three-dimensional, which is, it sort of hurts the effect, I suppose, and perhaps it's more noticeable when it is in high fidelity. Now, if you look at this armored version, I think it's particularly cool. The armor itself looks great, and I think having more armor, having more just like adornments and things like that, makes the model itself just, I think, look a lot more detailed in a way. It makes up for the fact that without that armor, it's got that rather bare-looking, feathers that don't really look like feathers. Now we're on to the Horde versions, and honestly they are pretty damn similar to the Alliance ones, but still I think they are quite nice looking. Also, here's just a strange thing, they've got butts now. I don't know what's up with that, kind of weird, I don't know, I wonder what their dance is going to be. Are they going to be shuffling their butt about the place? It's just, again, strange seeing Moonkins in a level of definition where you can actually see things. Really bizarre. What I do like, and I don't know if this is just a Horde one, I think it's just a Horde specific one, is their horns are a little bit more front facing and aggressive looking, which I think is pretty cool. Overall though, this is a fantastic model update, and seriously, it is about time these things actually had an update. Now, one thing that should be noted, this isn't an artifact weapon form, this is just the new Moonkin form. I thought I'd include it in this video, even though the other stuff will be artifact forms. If you look at this armored version, I don't know if the armored one is I think the armored one is like a default one you can unlock. I'd be surprised if this was the artifact weapon version or anything like that. But I think the Horde armored version looks especially cool. The Horde armor itself is just a bit more, it's got more tusks, more color, a bit more rustic. I think very nice. But overall, these guys are looking excellent. And if you are a Moonkin, I think you're going to be really happy with this. So we're going to start off with Guardian. And first of all, I think this version is looking extremely cool. What's nice is Blizzard are using that blue outline thingy around the armor. I think that gives it quite good definition. Now, the overall model quality in terms of the text resolution is also pretty damn nice, and I do like how there are multiple different color variations here. What I've got to wonder though is, are these color variations going to be something that is based on what your class is, or is this something that you'll select? What I'm thinking is that the appearance of your bearer will be based on your artifact weapon and your race somehow, and then the color variations of your bearer will be based on something that you might select in the actual UI in your Garrison Order Hall. This next bear is looking particularly cool, actually. I really, really love how there's just like a bit of kind of evilness going on there. I suppose almost looks plagued with those things jutting out of it, which I think is pretty nice looking. It might not be what I would play with though. Generally when I roll a Druid, I kind of want that more Druid-y feel, but certainly if you're going for something a little bit more savage, well, this will be certainly a lot more savage than most of Warlords of Draenor. This is one that I particularly like as well. It's got a lot of nice sort of deep, rich browns and earthy tones, which I think makes it look extremely natural. And if you think about a bear druid, and druids in general, and the zone of High Mountain and the Tauren, I think natural is definitely the theme you sort of want. This next version is absolutely not looking natural. It's looking a little bit more arcane, which is certainly a good option for people out there. It's got beads on it, kind of some Thrall beads going on at the back. In fact, it's got its back hair kind of tied into those beads, which is a little bit strange looking. I don't know how you can convince a bear to put on jewelry, but I suppose well done. It's also got quite the hairdo as well. Yeah, this is maybe not one that's going to work for me personally, but I do like it. And again, I like how they've got some armor on the Bear Druid as well. Obviously, the Bear Druid's going to be taking quite a few hits in battle, so it does make sense to get some sort of armor. And just in terms of general points, if you look at the actual head of the model, the level of quality is much better here. The level of animation is a lot better. It's got almost like a really good snarl to it. Now, this is an extremely unique look. It's a rock bear. I don't know if there's really much other way to describe it. It's a rock bear with some plants growing out of it. So this absolutely fits their idea and their goal of Bear Druids being tanks in the very literal sense of they just take a lot of damage. This thing is made of stone. Yeah, a little bit silly. I like silly things, though. I like wacky things. I actually think that is a really, really cool and very unique option. Next, it's time for the ferals, and we're starting off with this one, which is extremely cool looking. So, a lot of particle effects. Now, that's not really something you see every day, is a glowing cat. I like the idea of a glowing cat, though. I like cats, I like them when they glow. Look at its front paws, though. It's actually got, like, little, I don't know, like, I suppose fist weapons on its front paws. That is really, really damn cool looking. And, of course, a full complement of armor everywhere else. This version of it is, I think, really wonderful. It's a tree cat. This is a very unique idea. We've got a stone bear, we've got a tree cat. Blizzard are being a little bit wacky with this, a little bit different. And of course, we get all the different variants of the trees, including the arcane ones, which is very cool. Now, this next version, I'm assuming this is like a troll variant. Again, though, I don't know whether you're going to have race-based ones. I hope that they're based on your artifact weapons, because I think there's a lot of variety here, and I'd like it if everyone could actually choose between them. I really love that troll one, especially with some more of the Stranglethorn Veil colors. It almost takes me back to the days of going around trying to tame the tigers in Stranglethorn on my hunter years and years ago. This next one is pretty fucking savage and barbaric looking. It's got this twisted metal everywhere. I don't know how it runs with barbed wire around its legs. I don't recommend that. Seems like a bad idea. Does it look cool? I suppose so. Maybe it looks a little bit silly, honestly. This next one is, I think, pretty similar to one of the first variants that we saw, but again, I really like how they're putting on a weapon on their paws. And Blizzard actually said that they might try to get it so that your forms will have a way of wielding your weapon. I don't know how that would work for a cat, which is, I don't know how they're going to do that, really. But if they can do that, it would be very damn nice. I've got to say, these ferals are looking really, really good. And in general, the druids are looking brilliant. It's great to see Blizzard redo so much of the art, and it does make you wonder, with Warlords of Draenor having so little in the way of new art assets post-launch and so much reuse, you know, it makes sense that they've just spent all their time working on this. Yeah, it sucks the live game was abandoned, but some of this stuff's really impressive. So there you have it, a look at all of the different Druid models that are going to be coming in Legion. Overall, I'm pretty damn happy. I think it's about time they updated this stuff. And provided the gameplay of, say, balance is better than it has been in Warlords of Draenor, I'm actually decently excited to check out my Druid again. I really don't like how balance plays in Warlords, and since they are revamping that spec, hopefully I'll get to benefit from this new model. The other Druid spec that I mainly play is Resto, so it's not like any of these new models are really going to apply too much. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the new models down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.